When I put my uniform on, I'm ready to help someone on the worst day of their life.
Oh. It's the ambulance here, mate.
As soon as we arrive, they just know they're in safe hands and that we're going to do everything we can to help them.
Does that feel better? Yeah?
I wouldn't have guessed you were 104.
I genuinely think laughter is the best medicine.
Let's go. Teddy wants to go. You're very brave.
To know that you bring someone that's very unwell to hospital and they get better. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
I promise I'll look after you.
Second to God, these people.
Let's get you in the ambulance, eh?
I feel really proud to wear this uniform and I feel really proud to be a paramedic.
Herbert.
On this episode of Paramedics,
We're just going to get you on the ground, OK?
a sudden collapse shocks Olivia and Sally.
Got him? Yep.
We're going to have to prepare for the worst. He's potentially going into cardiac arrest.
Calm down, you're in the ambulance.
Carlos and Nee fear for their safety as a volatile patient spirals out of control.
I can't find my feet. I can't find my feet.
She starts thrashing about uncontrollably, and I'm thinking we're in danger.
They basically dragged me outside and it just hit me in the face.
And a brutal assault leaves a brave teenager with a worrying head injury.
There is no excuse for anyone to physically harm anyone else. It just breaks my heart.
SA Ambulance Service, tell me exactly what's happened.
At the Emergency Operations Centre, a distressed call is coming in from a local shopping centre.
I'm a worker at the youth centre and we've got a lady who is laying down on the couch out the front and she's unresponsive. Her eyes are kind of going back in her head as well.
She's still breathing?
She's still breathing, yeah. It's laboured breathing.
Okay, we've arranged that urgent help for her.
She's getting very agitated. Yeah, we're getting help, darling. Was the first word she said, someone help me.
Pharmacy assistant on scene with 30-year-old female unresponsive.
Nee and Carlos are now on their way to the time-critical case.
This is out in public, eh?
Out in public, yeah.
Being unresponsive, there's always a possibility that the patient can't breathe for themselves.
Patient is going in and out of consciousness.
Okay.
He's getting very agitated.
All right. Head trauma can cause agitation. Drugs affected.
Could be. Yeah, absolutely.
A mental health crisis, maybe?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
never know. Too much traffic.
Suddenly, a disturbing update comes through.
Patient making jolting movements, making grunting noises.
Seizure, potentially?
Yeah.
If there's some life-threatening situation going on, we have to get involved no matter where we are. If that is in a public space, it has to happen then and there.
Hello. Hi. Do you want to just guide us away where she is?
Waiting with the patient are the pharmacy staff who called the ambulance.
Hello. Hello. Hi. It's the ambulance. Can you open your eyes, mate? What's going on?
I'm actually quite concerned. She doesn't notice us at all. She doesn't look at us. She doesn't acknowledge us. She's just completely out.
Hello. Try to keep awake. Talk to me.
Just gonna check your sugar levels, darling, okay? If someone's unresponsive, they might have low sugars, which can absolutely lead to a lot of life-threatening situations.
Very drowsy, eh?
Yeah. They could have a massive seizure, which can stop their breathing and stop their heart as well.
We're going to take you to hospital.
So you know how last week you told me that when we first met, you thought I had resting bitch face?
Yes.
And I just fobbed it off like, oh, whatever. Sally's just trying to hang crap on me, right?
Oh, it's for real.
Paramedic besties Olivia and Sally are out on the road, keeping it real.
And then I said to my auntie over the weekend, I was accused of having resting bitch face today at work. And she goes, I thought you've had resting bitch face for the last 20 years. 20 years!
And she never said anything.
She's never said anything.
Does Olivia have a resting bitch face? Hell yeah. I could have been friends with that girl years ago had I gotten past the RBF. I love you, Ollie, but RBF, next level.
Is it resting bitch face, or am I just a bitch that needs a bit more rest?
No, it's just RBF, baby. It's a thing. It's real.
But the women quickly shift gears when a serious job comes in.
We're going to a 57-year-old male that's complaining of shortness of breath and chest tightness for the last 30 minutes.
There are so many things that can cause chest pain. It could be cardiac related, it could be respiratory infection, could be a blood clot.
Clear left.
But the first thing that comes to my mind is this man having a heart attack? It's really important that we get to him quickly because we don't want this man going into cardiac arrest.
Knock, knock. Hi. How are you? I'm Sally. I've got Olivia with me.
A solo responder is already on scene, monitoring the patient.
Herbert's developed a non-radiating central chest pain at about 11:50 this morning.
Okay.
Just in the centre. A little bit worse when he takes deep inspirations, but it's still there all of the time.
Okay, yeah. Are you okay?
Oh, I don't feel really good.
All right.
Just as you see him, he looks a little bit ashen.
Yeah.
Herbert looks like death. He's pale, he's sweaty, and I'm thinking, is he potentially having a cardiac event here? Because that's exactly how he's presenting.
Just going to do another picture of your heart whilst you're sat at rest.
Any nausea?
No.
What do you like to be called? Herbie, Herb, or Herbert? You all right, Herbert? Herbert? Herbert?
So I'm talking to Herbert and he's not responding to me.
I feel very good there now.
Herbert?
So I have a look at the monitor and his heart rate has dropped significantly. So that's really concerning for me.
Ollie? Ollie?
Yeah?
Can we grab a second set of hands?
Yeah, of course. When I hear Sally call out my name in that tone of voice, I know there's something going wrong. She needs my help fast.
It's just dropped his heart rate to 56 and he's not responding.
We're just going to get you on the ground, okay?
If that heart rate continues to go down, we're going to have to get the pads on and we're going to have to prepare for the worst, and that's that he's potentially going into cardiac arrest.
Herbert? Herbert?
I can't believe you still froth a Sanger from Subway. Yeah? Yeah, over them. Well, I ate a lot of them.
Long-time mates Chris and Sam have just clocked on and are reminiscing about life before they became paramedics.
I've tried it a few times and have just gone, well, this wasn't made with the same artistry that I did back in the day.
Chris and I met when we worked at Subway probably 10, 15 years ago. Chris was the manager at the time and he actually interviewed me.
I saw this silver BMW rock up and this guy that looked like he was from the Brady Bunch get out of the car, and I thought, who is this knob? But after about 5 minutes of talking to him, I thought, this bloke's not so bad, I suppose. And we actually turned out to be really good mates.
What's your go-to then? Chicken classic. Okay.
But the good old days are forgotten.
This ambulance knew exactly what happened.
When a confronting call for help comes in from a shocked mum.
So my son got bashed today.
How old is he?
He is 14.
Were any weapons involved?
I do believe they had knife. He got punched in the mouth. He said that he got hit in the head, and then after that, he doesn't even remember how he got to the school.
We are heading to a 14-year-old male. So it says he was punched in the head and threatened with knives on his way to school. And he's being a little bit cagey about the details, but he's complaining of a headache. It's horrible, bullying on the way to school. Yeah, like no kid should ever live in fear of like walking to school. Yeah. Like that is, yeah, that's really sad.
I really feel a sense of injustice with these cases, and I really want to protect these kids because there is no excuse for anyone to ever think that they can physically harm anyone else. And knowing that this boy has been, it just breaks my heart.
Biggest concern is, well, we want to know if he's had any loss of consciousness first. Yep. Is whether he's got a concussion, especially with kids. Yep.
I am genuinely worried because it doesn't take a lot of force to cause a catastrophic head injury. This kid's only 14. He's got his whole life ahead of him. This could have life-altering consequences.
Okay, let's get a bit more space. We're just going to get you on the ground, okay?
57-year-old Herbert has suddenly collapsed after complaining of chest pain and shortness of breath.
Bring the chair. Can we get him out here? Just watch his feet next to you.
Sally and Olivia fear his low heart rate and blood pressure as signs of a heart attack. Watching on is Herbert's worried son, David.
Got him. Yep. All right, mate. Just lay down. Watch your head. It's profusely sweaty.
People that are having a heart attack have a certain look about them. Herbert looks that way.
Herbert? Herbert?
He has that paleness, that green tinge to his skin. He looks sweaty. So that's what I'm concerned about.
You feeling a bit better? No. You feel dizzy? And how's your pain? Okay, let's do a quick reassessment of what we have.
Sally, our colleague, myself, we are all looking to piece this assessment together to figure out exactly what's going on.
Your blood pressure and heart rate dropped, which is why we had to get you on the floor so quickly. Okay.
We're checking Herbert's blood pressure, we're doing an ECG, we're asking more questions to piece this puzzle together.
Just take some slow, deep breaths for me. Another one for me. Okay. Here we go. Heart rate's come back up. That's good.
Herbert's not so pale, and there's nothing on the 12-lead ECG at this stage to suggest that Herbert's having a heart attack. But I'm still really concerned because something's going on.
Never had this kind of chest pain before?
No. He's had shortness of breath lately. Had COVID about 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
He had COVID 3 weeks ago. We know that COVID affects patients differently. Some recover quickly, but some have lingering effects. This could really be affecting Herbert.
COVID can knock you around a bit, mate.
In severe cases, COVID-19 causes serious lung damage that can be fatal.
It's all right.
It's only
Hey. It's all right.
I'm serious.
You're a COVID nurse?
All right.
About 3 years.
So Herbert's seen the worst of COVID, what it can do. He's probably lost patients to COVID.
You would have seen a lot on the wards. Hey.
Yeah, I've seen this many times.
Yep.
He would have seen people come in and deteriorate quite rapidly and some hours later end up being ventilated in ICU. So that's really quite scary.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Hello. Try to keep awake. It's the ambulance.
Carlos and Nee are urgently trying to work out why a woman has collapsed and is now unconscious at a shopping centre.
You're okay.
Hi, darling.
Can you keep your eyes open for me?
Nee is checking her patient's blood sugar levels to make sure it's not a hypoglycemic attack.
5.7.
Well, thank you.
Nee checks the patient's sugar. A reading of 5.7 means that this patient isn't having a diabetic episode. So now we have to investigate further. Essentially being a detective, trying to search around, gather information and clues.
You get a bit of history, that's why I get some numbers down.
Yeah, can do, mate.
The unresponsive patient was found by two women who work at a nearby pharmacy.
So what actually happened?
I just came out from the pharmacy and saw her asleep. Her bag was undone and pills were on top.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it was taken.
You haven't witnessed her taken?
No.
She was very unresponsive. Her eyes were kind of rolling in the back of her head, so we decided to call 000. She was obviously very scared.
You're okay.
You're okay.
You're okay. It's okay. You're safe.
I'd hope someone would do the same for me or my daughter or anyone, not just walk past. At the end of the day, it's a human being and it's a life.
Just try to relax. Try to relax. What have you taken today?
Nee and Carlos now fear the woman may be having a drug overdose.
I haven't done anything. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble, mate.
We just need to know what you've taken. Try to relax. Try to relax.
It's actually like GHB or something.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
It's quite erratic, isn't it?
So this might actually be caused by something called GHB, which is a very common street drug going around at the moment.
We're going to get you onto our bed. We're going to take you to hospital, okay? Relax, calm down. We're here to help you. Come on.
So GHB can cause quite erratic behaviour changes. 1 minute they can be quite agitated.
Just sit down here, mate.
And then next they can drop to almost being unconscious.
Up we get. Up. Come on. Let's get you on our bed. Come on, have a seat. Have a seat. That's it. Well done.
If she has taken GHB, we're worried that she can fall into a deep sleep where nothing will wake him up and they can stop breathing, which can lead into a cardiac arrest.
You're in the ambulance, okay? Try to relax.
But suddenly,
Try to calm down.
the woman rouses and starts lashing out.
Try to relax.
She starts thrashing about uncontrollably, limbs everywhere, and I'm thinking we're in danger.
Calm down.
How long have you been together with Dan?
Just coming up 4 years, so it feels like it's gone really quick.
That has gone so far.
Yeah. What about you? Got love in your life?
I don't know if we'd use the L word anytime soon in my life.
Aaron and Laura are just starting their day, and as usual, Aaron's love life is on the agenda.
But no, I've caught up with one girl a couple of times, just get sushi and stuff like that.
Oh, nice. And you're vibing that?
Yeah, she's really nice.
It's kind of nice though, like I can live through him a little bit because I've been in a relationship for such a long time. You forget what the dating world's like. You forget it's like a bit of a jungle out there.
Here's a question. At what date do you do the stay at home, like come round, we'll just watch a movie, hang out?
I think it's appropriate at any stage. You can still have a really nice date by getting pizza and wine on the couch.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Couch dates, a vibe.
Yeah. Because shit's expensive. It's probably 3. We're going to...
Oh, I think I've been to this guy.
A 66-year-old man has just been found by a passerby lying in a park with a serious arm injury.
But like I went to him a couple nights ago. He might remember me.
I honestly could not believe when John's name popped up because I'd been to him for some issues with his ulcers on his legs. He's this gentle old guy that lives by himself with not a whole lot of support, and to know that he's fallen and he's on the floor and complaining of arm pain, it's really quite upsetting.
Yeah, it's him.
Hello, how are you? I'm Aaron, this is Laura. How you going?
How are you?
What's your name, mate?
John.
John? Oh, look at your wrist, mate.
Oh, no. When we get to the job and I see John just lying on the floor, it's so heartbreaking.
I met you the other day.
I do remember.
You remember? But I hate to see you like this.
John's wrist, it's quite obviously broken. It's kind of in like an S-bend shape.
John, how'd you fall over?
These bloody papers here.
The papers?
Further down, it's all uneven.
That's no good. How bad's the pain? Mate, that's the most important thing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And you've got your legs wrapped up as well.
Yeah, I've got the ulcers.
Yeah.
John's ulcers almost go down to the bone, so they're quite severe. He can't put his shoes on. He can't really walk properly, so this is the last thing he needs.
Whose pillow is that, may I ask?
Yeah, I was wondering that as well.
Oh, it's yours.
Fine.
Oh.
That's all good. You can leave it on the stool.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take
See ya.
Cheers.
He's very lucky that there's some beautiful bystanders to help him with rugs and pillows and call the ambulance, because I don't think he even had a phone on him.
Is this split?
It looks like it may have come out and gone back in.
Aaron and Laura suspect John's wrist bone snapped and punctured the skin when he hit the ground.
I'd say that it has come out and gone back in.
Yeah.
I'm looking at John's wrist and it's obviously out of alignment. I have no doubt that it will likely need surgery to be fixed.
Slow, deep breaths. Everything's slowly returning back to normal, so you should start feeling a little bit better soon, okay?
Olivia and Sally are trying to work out what's caused 57-year-old nurse Herbert to collapse after complaining of chest pain and shortness of breath.
Is the dizziness gone now, Herbert?
Yeah. That's it, you're doing a good job.
Now that he's come around, it's really important we get to the bottom of why he has these symptoms. Does he have a condition related to COVID? Or does he have an underlying cardiac condition? And even though we've ruled it out, we miss something and it's still there.
Thank you for being here.
It's all right.
Shit, my son is going to sleep.
But before Herbert goes anywhere, he needs to know his son is okay.
My son is just feeling.
Oh, okay. What's your son's name?
David.
David. All right, I'll go talk to David.
Do you care for David?
So he'll be all right when we take you to get checked out, Herbert?
Okay.
It's really important for Herbert that he knows David's being supported.
We're going to take your dad up to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's obviously quite scary, so David needs to know what's going on, and that'll help reduce Herbert's level of anxiety.
That's it. Have a seat here for me. Hold on. Head this way, legs that way.
Something has stopped Herbert dead in his tracks, and he's at the moment too unwell to be who he needs to be for all the people that count on him.
He's in good hands, okay? We'll take good care of him.
Yeah.
Because he's blacked out once with us already, there is a risk that he may black out again. So we need to get to the bottom of it.
Calm down, you're in the ambulance.
Carlos, a knees patient, has woken up in a confused rage after she was found unresponsive in a shopping centre.
Try and relax. You're not going to go anywhere. You're on a bed.
The paramedics suspect she's overdosed on the drug GHB, which causes people to suddenly drop in and out of consciousness.
Hey, kick your legs down. Hey, stop that. You can't kick us. Come on.
So being drug affected, especially GHB, people can sometimes just lose their mind.
I can't find my feet. I can't find my feet.
And they can start attacking anyone and everything within their reach.
Hey, just relax. It's okay. You're in the ambulance. You're safe. Just relax.
And get quite frightened as well. It is scary.
Because it's only Carlos and I, we have to have each other's back.
Come on, lean back.
If one of us gets knocked out, we can't do our job.
Try and relax. It's okay. You're safe. Just lay down, lay down. Just lay down.
We're in the back of the ambulance for 12 plus hours a day. So we do have a close bond. We want to keep each other safe and make sure that we go home to our families.
You're okay, you're okay.
You're safe. You're safe.
With the woman now exhausted,
I just need info, like date of birth and stuff.
Date of birth.
it's safe for Nee and Carlos to look for clues that could explain the patient's condition.
We have to put our investigator's hat on and try and figure out what's going on, what's she taken, who even is she?
I have no idea what this is.
It's a bomb.
Anything at all that could be in her system that's causing her to behave the way that she is behaving.
And olanzapine tablets, how many?
10 are missing.
10?
Having gathered all the evidence on scene, knowing that she's potentially got a bit of a cocktail of different pills and drugs, we need to go lights and sirens to the hospital because it can turn life-threatening very quickly.
Are you going to be okay back here?
I don't know. I don't know how far we're going to get. She kicks off.
So with this patient, there's always the potential for them to escalate. So we have to try to get to hospital very quickly, but also safely.
You're okay, relax.
Says he got punched, but we need to work out whether he's just been hit with a closed fist or whether he's actually been assaulted with something.
Sam and Chris are on their way to a 14-year-old who's been attacked on his way to school.
We'll try and reassure him that he knows he's not in any trouble. We're just here to make sure he's all good. Yeah.
With kids that have been bullied, there's the potential that they might be scared to, tell someone what's happened for fear that these people will come back and hurt them even more. But we just need to say, hey, we need to help you here, but to do that, we need to know exactly what's happened.
Howdy.
The boys are met by worried mum, Callie.
My name's Chris and this is Sam. Are you Caleb?
Hey, mate.
What's happened today? I'm just going to feel your pulse while we have a chat.
So I was at Hungry Jack's and we was sitting and like they all came up to me and they basically dragged me outside and he had me around the back. He took me somewhere and after it just hit me in the face so I couldn't remember anything.
Did they kick you at all or?
I have no idea.
Not sure. And you just remember getting hit in the head quite a fair bit.
So Caleb tells us what's happened and your first thought is who would do this to this kid? It must just be so heart-wrenching for Kelly as a mother to hear that your child has gone through that.
Do you think you lost consciousness at all?
I have no idea. I was getting hit and the next thing I know I'm walking in the school.
Okay, so there is a bit of time where you don't really remember a whole lot.
Yeah.
The fact that Caleb's quite hazy on the details and it sounds as though he may have had a loss of consciousness for an unknown period of time, alarm bells are starting to ring in my head.
Just check your blood pressure. Had this done before?
So it's really important that we do an assessment to see what damage has been done.
When you're at school, were you finding it difficult to concentrate? Vision's not blurry at all?
It was before.
Okay. Is there actually a bit of swelling there as well?
Yeah.
No pain at all where I'm feeling?
No.
No.
I can't feel any broken bones or swelling, but I'm still worried that he might have some damage to his brain.
So, Kelly, it's a little bit worrying that he's hazy on the details, that he's had a bit of difficulty concentrating and the ongoing dizziness. How about we run him up to the hospital then and they can observe him there for a little while?
Yeah.
But before they head off, Caleb's sister, Savannah, wants to say goodbye.
How old's Savannah?
She's
1. Oh, cute.
I am feeling the full range of emotions on this job. I've gone from outrage to my heart just melting. Such a beautiful moment in what has been an otherwise really horrible situation.
Have you been in an ambulance before? No. Mum can sit in the back with us.
Everything about this is heartbreaking. He's been assaulted, but also there's the chance that he might have long-term head injuries and we need to get him to the hospital quickly.
Good to go? Yeah, thank you.
You're okay, try to relax. You're inside the ambulance.
It's a nerve-wracking trip to hospital for Carlos and Nee. Their agitated patient desperately needs help for a suspected drug overdose. But at any moment, she could lash out.
Actually, do you want to patch me through now?
Prospect 50. Yeah, you're on, mate.
Yeah, cool, thank you. Hello, Adelaide. We are a paramedic crew driving to lights and sirens of priority 2 with a female in her 30s found unresponsive at a shopping centre.
Being in the back of the ambulance, there's no room whatsoever, so if things do escalate, we are essentially cornered. Everyone's safety is compromised. Myself, the driver, other public on the road as well. It can be a scary situation.
Here, so all the vitals are still stable.
No dramas. We're about 3 out anyway.
3, cool.
With the woman now in a deep sleep, she's at risk of breathing problems.
So the biggest thing at the moment is that Carlos needs to make sure that she's still got an airway.
A rest rate of 20, saturating 97%.
If she has taken GHB, it can stop her breathing. And obviously if that happens, then we're gonna have to start putting pads on, doing compressions, or putting devices down her throat to help her breathe.
Good driving.
For Nee and Carlos, a stressful job has now come to an end. But for their patient, a difficult journey of recovery is just beginning.
I really feel for this lady. To me, a patient is someone. Someone's brother, mother, sister, cousin, auntie, best friend. I just want to be there for them at their worst time.
All the obs are stable.
Wicked.
Hopefully she can get the help that she needs and potentially kick the habit of taking these drugs and get her life back on track.
What's your pain out of 10, John?
About 20.
20. You poor bugger.
66-year-old John is in excruciating pain after he fell and broke his arm while out walking.
You know, I went straight down with my arm.
And you went like this on your arm?
This arm broke to a full.
John, I'm just going to pour some salty water over your wrist. There's a bit of a wound there.
Aaron and Laura fear his snapped bone punctured the skin, and it's now badly out of alignment.
You had a stick last time I met you.
I used a walking stick, but I didn't use one today.
All right.
Terrific.
Laura previously encountered John when he needed help for the painful ulcers on his feet.
All right, Aaron's going to kind of hold your arm, and I'm going to just put a little splint underneath it.
It's a good break, John.
With John, it's been a bit of a catch-22 because he needs to get out there and start moving to get some circulation in his feet.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, no, it's all right.
But he can't put his shoes on because his legs are so swollen, and now he's fallen over. So, I feel for him 100%.
You're being an absolute trooper.
All right, plan to get him up.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
It's going to be a bit of a mission getting John off the ground. He's a bit of a hefty fellow, so as strong as I am, as strong as Aaron is, we're not just going to be able to hoik him off the ground.
Do you want a razor?
Yeah, what we're going to do is see if we've got a lifting device called a razor. It's like a plank that tips you forward and sits you right up.
A crane.
We've got a crane, yep.
So we've got this piece of lifting equipment called a razor. It comes in heaps of parts in a bag. You open it and look at it and go, which goes where and why. Thankfully, everything clicks into place.
Nice and neatly in there.
It makes a little dinging sound saying, you've got it right.
There we go.
The dings are good. When you hear a ding, you know you're on the right track. We kind of build it and mould it around the patient.
All right, John, we are going to go up in the world.
And then you simply just push a button and John levitates from the ground to a sitting position.
Just like a crane.
Unbelievable.
Take your time. Just watch your feet. Good man.
Incredible.
You right to hold your own arm there?
Oh,
Although John's now safely off the ground, he still has a battle ahead of him.
What's going on?
pain, my friend.
Wrist.
Okay. I do feel for John. He's gone through a bit of a hard trot recently, and today he's trying to make a change. He's getting active, he's out and about, and this happens. He's probably going to need surgery, and it's going to be a long recovery process.
Sorry, mate.
It's going to be tough.
No, but... Oh.
Sorry to make you relive it. How many people do you think it was that assaulted you? Okay.
Chris and Sam are worried Caleb could have concussion after being attacked on his way to school.
I'm sorry this has happened, Caleb. It's a really, really crappy situation.
Caleb's shocked mum, Callie, is also travelling to hospital.
Do you know what time you got to school today?
I have no idea.
Not sure. Were you with any friends this morning?
Yeah. I got told that they helped me walk to school.
You got some good friends then.
It is worrying that Caleb can't remember the events of this morning and does make me suspicious as to whether he does have a concussion. But right now, I want to make him feel safe and comfortable, change the topic, and talk about anything other than what happened today.
Do you follow the footy? Who do you follow then? Oh, you got a Port supporter back here, Sam.
Oh, great.
The bitter rivalry between Adelaide's two Australian rules football teams, Port Power and the Crows, is legendary.
Didn't you used to play football with a famous Port player?
I did, yeah.
Sam used to play, was it under 8s?
Yeah, it was under 8.
And the way Sam tells the story is that it was the first time that he was ever going to kick a goal, and this guy on his own team came through and spoiled him. Grabbed the ball and kicked the goal and took all the glory. So Sam's a Crow supporter now.
Took me another 5 years to kick a goal.
He's just robbed me of my whole career. I'll never forget it. I'll never let it go. But, you know, laughter really is the best medicine. And in this case, I'm happy for Caleb and his mum to have a laugh at my expense if that means that, you know, Caleb feels just a little bit more comfortable.
All right, so we're here.
Brave Caleb will now be taken into emergency for a full assessment.
All right, after you, Kelly.
Everyone's hoping there's no long-term damage from his head injury.
I am worried for Caleb and what injuries he may have sustained from this attack, but I'm also concerned how this is going to affect him mentally and emotionally. I really hope that he can overcome the trauma of today and go on to just be a normal 14-year-old kid.
All right, let's get you looked at.
That situation sucks. I feel so bad for Caleb.
Yeah, poor guy.
Mum as well. Like, imagine
Yeah.
the fear you'd have every time your son leaves for school, every day. Like, it just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, happens all too often, doesn't it?
Herbert, if your chest pain worsens at all, let me know.
Sally and Olivia are taking Herbert to hospital to find out what's caused his collapse.
You ready, Sal? Yeah, good to go, thank you.
The 57-year-old nurse could have a heart condition or a life-threatening lung problem from a recent COVID infection.
As health professionals, I want to be dying if I need to have my work colleagues come out to me, and I imagine that's the same for Herbert. So I know that he's feeling really unwell for calling 000 for an ambulance.
I like your Millennium Falcon top. You're a Star Wars fan.
My wife is.
Your wife is?
So I might as well be.
That's the spirit. So now I'm thinking we need to get Herbert smiling and relaxed and reduce his level of anxiety, and he might start to feel just that little bit better.
How long have you been married for?
39 years in May.
Oh, you gonna do anything? So work out that it's Herbert's 39th wedding anniversary coming up. He doesn't have any plans, he hasn't thought about it.
Do you watch any of The Mandalorian?
I've watched a couple. I should watch a lot more.
Yes, you should. Date night. Date night with Disney.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This is definitely one of Sally's superpowers. The ability to talk to someone and redirect their mind to something joyous is something that she's very good at. And it's why I enjoy working with her so much.
It'll be a winner with the wife.
The winner?
Yeah.
We're planning the wedding anniversary and we're planning for the future. You're going to get out of hospital and then you've got a mission, mate. You need to make this wedding anniversary perfect.
So what are we going to have with this date night? Pizza?
Yeah, pizza, then
Pizza?
ice cream. Yeah, definitely ice cream.
I want him to walk away and remember the fun that he had with Ollie and Sally, not the bit where he collapsed on the floor.
Oh, we're here already. Thank you, Ollie.
Oh, that's all right.
At hospital, Herbert will urgently undergo testing to investigate his worrying chest pain and chronic breathlessness.
Because chest pain is a really big symptom for a heart attack or a lung infection, chest pain is always serious until proven otherwise. I hope that he gets to the bottom of whatever it is causing these symptoms and he can get back to work and caring for his son and, you know, celebrating his 39-year anniversary with his wife.
Oh. What's wrong?
Just a pain.
The pain? All right, let's get you some more pain relief.
Aaron and Laura are on their way to hospital with 66-year-old John. The pensioner fell and badly broke his wrist while trying to improve his health with a walk.
I can't wait to get knocked out.
Oh, mate, I'll do my best for you, okay?
And John, when I met you last week, you were maybe getting some support in the house?
Yeah, it's going to start next week.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, what are they going to come and help you with?
Cleaning. I don't need food because brings food around all the time.
What's the goss?
Well, I met her 20 years ago in a hotel.
20 years ago in a hotel. You've got to do some unpacking there, mate.
Oh, yeah. We just had a lot of good times together.
So she looks after you then?
Oh, yeah. I'll pay you back with the money. Food. Food today is not cheap.
Food is not cheap.
Especially if you go to Hungry Jack's every day. Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
You know what's not cheap, mate? Is the company of a nice woman sometimes.
Oh, yeah. That can be very costly.
Aaron, have you been in the company of some lovely women lately?
I've had a few, should we call it encounters?
You must be going bankrupt.
John, I feel your pain. I always like to pay and be nice.
Exactly.
I can hear Aaron and John talking about their love lives. And I'm not sure if Aaron thinks it, but they do have a lot in common. They both like to pay on the first date, whether that be Hungry Jack's or whatever it be. So yeah, I think that's a really nice thing to do.
There we go.
We're here already.
As well as fixing John's wrist, doctors will assess the senior citizen for any ongoing care he needs at home.
At the moment, with everything that's going on with John, the leg ulcers and now this arm fracture, I think he wouldn't be safe to go back to living by himself.
Doing well, buddy.
I think his independence is at real stake here.
Did they kick you at all, or
I have no idea.
not sure? And you just remember getting hit in the head.
Kelly was forced to call an ambulance after her son Caleb was bashed on his way to school.
Is there actually a bit of swelling there as well?
Chris and Sam were worried the 14-year-old may have suffered a serious head injury. Doctors confirmed Caleb did have concussion, but he was allowed to go home later that day. It's taken a while for the teenager to recover from the attack, but he's now moving forward with his life.
Sorry, mate.
2 weeks ago, John fractured his wrist when he fell in the park. Aaron and Laura took the 66-year-old to hospital to repair the broken bone. And he's now on the road to recovery.
There we go. Hopefully John's wrist is all good and he'll be back going for those neighbourhood walks.
But John's case is still troubling Aaron.
Imagine if he broke both wrists. That's one of my biggest fears, because who's going to wipe your ass? Would you do that for Dan?
Oh, it's an ick.
What if you had broken arms? Would you call your mum and be like, you have to?
No, 100% Dan's wiping my ass.
Oh, I don't feel really good.
Herbert. You right, Herbert?
57-year-old nurse Herbert gave the paramedics a scare when he collapsed after complaining of chest pain.
We're just going to get you on the ground, okay?
Sally and Olivia feared he was having a heart attack or suffering serious COVID-19 complications.
COVID can knock you around a bit, mate.
At hospital, Herbert was diagnosed with life-threatening pneumonia. Doctors also discovered a leaky valve in his heart. Three weeks later, Herbert returned home to his relieved wife, just in time to celebrate their 39th wedding anniversary with a movie date night.
Thank you, thank you.
If anything happened to Herbert, I know I'd be devastated.
How are you feeling now?
Much better than I was.
We've shared our life together and it'd be like my life would be gone.
You just get stuck with me.
I'm not stuck with you. I love you very much.
Herbert has now recovered from his lung infection and he's getting regular checks on his heart.
After everything I've been through, I feel pretty good now. You missed me?
Yeah.
You did.
But Herbert knows he owes his life to his son David.
That morning, David could see I wasn't feeling well, and he suggested that if I didn't ring the ambulance, he would. So I rang the ambulance, but I should have known better as a nurse. Love you, mate. Love you, Dad. Thank you so much for your help.